We've been in touch with frontline health providers in hospitals. We have been talking about the fact that more Americans are dying from this epidemic in nursing homes than in any other single place. I mean, the place you are most at risk of both getting this virus and dying from it in America is in a nursing home. So if we, the American people, want to save the most lives, we have to focus on the places where the most lives are at risk. We have to start to see the nursing homes and long-term care facilities around us. Literally, I mean, we need to know where they are in your town, in your county, wherever you live in America, listening to me right now. In your town, in your county, the place where the most lives are going to be stolen by this thing are the lives in nursing homes and long-term care facilities. So you should know where these facilities are in your community. You should know. If you are part of any activist group, any political group, any church or synagogue or mosque, any civic group, you should know if the nursing homes around you, first of all, you should know who they are. You should know where they are. And you should know if the nursing homes around you need something. If they need things they don't have, you should figure out if there is some way that you can help them get help. I mean, I'm speaking very broadly here. I'm not trying to start a movement or anything, but I'm just saying, in terms of where Americans are dying, that's where Americans are dying. And there isn't any help coming from the top. There's sort of happy talk coming from the top now about this from Washington, but there really hasn't been any help coming from the top, coming from the federal government to try to keep Americans alive in this most vulnerable place. And so local communities are going to have to do this from the ground up in order to keep as many people alive as possible in these facilities where they're otherwise just being cut down. And I want to show you this tonight because people, look, really are starting to show up for their local nursing homes all over the country. This is today in Lexington, North Carolina, which is Davidson County, North Carolina. They had 3 residents die last week at this one facility from coronavirus. They've got 41 coronavirus cases among the residents there now at Alston Brook Nursing Facility. Well, this today is the town, the county, the community they're in North Carolina showing up for them. And, you know, you can't visit a nursing home. You can't come inside. You can't put the residents to any further risk. But this is a way to try to connect. That's North Carolina. This was from Glens Falls, New York, yesterday. 5 different nursing homes were visited. There were apparently 30 or so cars. People put signs on their cars thanking the people who work there, reaching out to the people who live there. These were from Tuesday and Wednesday this week. People, again, turning out to thank and connect with their local nursing homes and people working there and living there, literally the Americans whose lives are most endangered by this disaster. This is Fountain Inn, South Carolina. I think we've also got footage from Albertville, Alabama. Now, Albertville has had a big outbreak centered at a big chicken plant there, but as we know, outbreaks in one kind of a facility do not tend to stay inside that facility. And so if you've got a big meat processing plant that's got a whole bunch of cases, you are soon going to have a bunch of cases in your nursing home, in your community, too. This is a highly contagious communicable disease. That's how it's going to work. I should also say vice versa. If you've got a lot of cases in your nursing homes, you're going to get cases in your community. And you're ultimately going to get cases in places where it is going to spread like wildfire, especially aggregate work environments that aren't closed, like meat processing plants. Here's some pictures from other people turning out to support their local nursing homes in their communities. In Brunswick, Maine, Lubbock, Texas, we've got some pictures. It's everywhere. It's happening now everywhere, spontaneously. It's really nice to see. These are all just photos and videos taken just over the past few days. We've also heard that a charity called Global Empowerment Mission that was working to get PPE donations to healthcare facilities. They also started organizing PPE donations for nursing home staff now as well. That had not been part of what they were working on from the outset, but now they've realized that nursing homes need this material for their staff as well, and they've started helping nursing homes too. It's a big charity effort, lots of high-dollar donations. One of the places they're now starting to focus on is nursing homes. That's great.